AI versus humans in sales. Is AI really all that better than us in everything? Well, let's find out. In this video, we will explore 3 factors related to the future growth and development of any business. The constant pressure from stakeholders on the company, mundane and boring meetings on topics that could have been summed up in a single email, and constant changes to process. I'm sure you all know those and how useful they are. But no, really. The 3 factors that we will focus on today are sales, AI, and people. So let's just go at it. The sales part is gonna be really short because we just need to look at what true sales is about to really understand how good AI and people might be at it. Afterwards, we can start scoring AI against people. Sales follows 5 simple steps that need to be achieved to sell a product/service and have existing customers. 1. Prospecting. Identify potential customers. It's like being a prospector in the Wild West, except instead of gold nuggets, you're after golden leads. 2. Qualifying. Determine if these potential customers have a genuine need for your product, if they are the authority that makes the purchasing decisions, and if they have actually the budget to do so. It's like a game show where the answers determine if this prospect is gonna move forward into the agonizing round of listening to your long sales pitch.
Cock?
I just was wondering if she'd say it. Yeah, let's see if it's cock. Yes, it is.
3. Pitching or presenting. Knowing how to showcase the benefits, features, and the value proposition of what you're offering. Minimum of 120 seconds uninterrupted speaking, formal business tone, and self-centered monologue that shows almost no care about the customer's situation. Yes, please. 4. Closing. Closing involves negotiating terms, handling objections, and finalizing the transaction. Here, all I need you to do is remember the addressing objections part for later, please. Look, objections are like sneaky ninjas that pop out when you least expect them, and the only way to handle them properly is if you are a skilled samurai ready for a fight. 5. Last one, follow-up. Follow-up is all about you building a long-term relationship that is satisfactory to the customer. Remember, happy customers are like happy little flowers that bloom with repeat purchases and spread the sweet fragrance of word-of-mouth recommendations. Water them with exceptional service and watch your sales garden flourish.
And Rachel, have a great wedding. Oh my god.
Now that we have a structure, we can start identifying how good AI can be against people. Number 1. Prospecting. Short answer is that AI will destroy us here. And I'm happy about that. Data analysis, segmenting audiences, identifying patterns, all of those things should be done by AI because AI is going to scale better. We'll just have to make sure that they don't develop an attitude and start demanding coffee breaks. In this initial stage of the sales cycle with people, it's like a breeding ground for lack of discipline and irritation. It's like watching a slow motion montage of enthusiasm fizzling out and leaving you with a sales rep more equal to a snoozing sloth. Can you blame them though when prospecting is so mundane and boring? I don't think so. I'm genuinely grateful that we will have the ability to use AI here. So, for prospecting, AI 1, people 0. 2. Qualification phase. There are different methods here like BANT, MEDIC, CHAMP, FEINT, ANUM, and probably like 10 more that have been created by sales experts that got too bored or just wanted to pretend that they are inventing something new. All of these methods achieve the same thing and basically establish how fit this person is for our product. We do it on the call because I have no idea how you can do it properly via email or anything else. So here we move on to the AI's ability to converse with us. We already know that AI is amazing at speaking fluently in any language.
Thank you for the interview.
Anytime.
With thousands of call recordings, it can learn in mere minutes and basically leave us humans in the dust of its hyper-qualifying intelligence. People start to catch up a bit here, however, this is again a part of the sales process that usually doesn't require too much of a personal approach. Which means that when you let a salesperson call hundreds of people daily to ask the same questions over and over again, usually in the long run you get kind of average results or hopefully above average. And average quality of qualification questions, that's a lot of Q's, is something that we don't usually need to personalize. I salute those sales warriors who strive for greatness in the face of countless phone calls. May your qualification questions be sharp and the average quality, well, hopefully not so average. Qualification phase, AI 2, people 0. If you think this channel is qualified enough to be in your YouTube feed, please subscribe so you can get notified on new videos. I would really appreciate that. 3. Pitching or presenting. Showcasing your product or service and building value for it requires usually three things: knowing your product, knowing your client, and knowing your tonality. Both for the product and the tonality, I know that the AI will be spot on. But what I'm kind of wondering here is the KYC part, the knowing your client part. Is it maybe going to be a bit too robotic or predictable? I'm not sure. It might be like trying to dance the tango with a metronome as your partner. Here, a lot of salespeople suck actually, and I'm going to ignore for now those 80 to 90%. For people that know what they are doing, I know that we can freely move between presenting, asking questions, telling great stories, and then going back to the topic. It's like we have a magical sales GPS built into our brains that can guide us through any conversation. Nonetheless, I still have to say that I think the AI will outpace us here in the long run. It's not too complicated for such a system to learn how to do great storytelling in an interesting manner and find challenges that the prospect might be facing. So, pitching and presenting, AI 3, people 0. 4, closing. Reaching the summit of Mount Salesmore and planting your victory flag on top of it. Remember when I mentioned the part of objection handling? Well, here it is. When the customer hits you with the instant classics of I need to think about it, or I have something else that I need to fix first, or even this pricing is making my wife cry, you've got a few solutions here. You've got the consultative approach where you become the Sherlock Holmes of sales and start unraveling objections with finesse.
No, well, I've just moved in.
Actually, I've just locked my keys in my flat.
You want me to buzz you in?
Yeah, and can I use your balcony?
What?
There's a more assertive approach where you basically charge head first like a berserker and you start slaying objections left and right. Hopefully. There is also a reverse approach, which is really famous in the West currently, and many others. With people, these methods of approaching objections usually depend on the personality of a person than anything else. Since AI doesn't have a personality, I'm assuming it can master personality customization. It can tailor its virtual charisma to the vibe of the customer and start influencing them in a positive way. Hence, that would move the sale forward in a more efficient way. Or at least, that's what we think. I want to stop here before I give any points and leave this on the important topic of handling objections.
Objection, Your Honor. The witness's opinion on this matter is irrelevant.
5. Follow-up. Keeping a good relationship with the customer, helping them and knowing when to offer them something new. Here we can go back to point number 1 and simply state that for an AI it's much easier to analyze what the product needs to become better. However, how it keeps up its relationships with people is questionable. You see, when it comes to keeping up with a business owner who's made investments and purchases in the past, who has an ego and lofty goals, it's a whole different ballgame.
You're on my team. You understand that? I am not on yours.
As you might have guessed, I want to focus here on point 4 and point 5, closing and follow-up, from the human perspective of the customer. As consumers or business owners, what's the main thing that allows us to continue speaking with the sales consultant after we have objected to their offer? Is it really how he talks or how he appreciates what we say? Is it how he asks us back questions or how he presents a new viewpoint of his service? Well, I still think that all of those and many others could be easily learned by AI. However, there is one main psychological factor that the AI cannot replicate: the internal battle that a person has while going through something that they don't like. It's like a full-blown wrestling match happening inside of our minds, complete with body slams of hesitation and elbow drops of bitterness. You see, no matter how skilled you are in sales, there are always moments where you're gonna face internal challenges. Especially when you're dealing with objections for, let's say, 2 million euro instead of 2,000. Although often people get mad at lower priced products as well. It's just not nice. It sucks, actually. I hope you felt it there. The customer knows it too on a subconscious level and in some cases on a conscious one as well. Amidst this chaotic battle, the great salesperson will handle objections with grace, politeness and empathy, all while leading the conversation with logic. It's like walking a tightrope, all while juggling flaming objections and keeping a charming smile on your face. The sales expert makes a conscious decision to embark on this difficult journey, not just for the sake of the deal, because let's face it, money alone won't cut it in many cases, but because they genuinely want to make the customer feel appreciated and understood. You can't fake that stuff, no matter how hard you try. And you know what this internal battle and choice to do the right thing creates?
Money, 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 money.
Trust. It creates trust. It's the secret sauce that every business owner and consumer craves deep down in their souls. It's like finding a rare gem amidst a sea of fake shiny trinkets. So how does AI measure up to this wild whirlwind of emotions and thoughts? Badly. Quite badly. Picture this, an AI being polite with you after handling 3 different objections, showing empathy and understanding. You can instantly see right through its digital facade. You instantly know that it's all just a logical charade, a well-calculated performance to lead you into a positive decision. It's all about cold, calculated calculations and reaching its own goal. Trust, relationship building, forget about it. We can't build a meaningful connection with a robot devoid of internal conflicts and emotions. It's like trying to have a heart-to-heart with a toaster. It's just not natural. And when it comes to those difficult cases, those big deals or even small ones, no self-respecting person, consumer or business owner would ever give the green light to an AI. We're not about to let a linear thinking machine dictate our decisions. We crave the messiness of human interaction, the unpredictability of emotion, and the delightfully chaotic path to trust.
Let's wind the clocks back a year. These cops and lawyers wouldn't dare cross any of you. I mean, what happened? Did your balls drop off?
And with this conclusion, we arrive at the sad realization that a follow-up with an AI is about as likely as me becoming a nuclear engineer. Maybe a long time from now, when AI and robots are considered equal to humans and they don't need to announce what they are, maybe then we can have some kind of a meaningful relationship. But I still think that those won't last long. AI pretending to be your best buddy, cracking jokes, sipping coffee with you and asking how your day is. Come on, go and watch Blade Runner and see how that works out.
She's a replicant, isn't she?
I'm impressed. How many questions does it usually take to spot one?
I don't get it, Tyrell.
How many questions?
20, 30 cross-referenced.
It took more than 100 for Rachel, didn't it?
She doesn't know.
So, point 4 and 5, closing and follow-up. Final verdict. Up until here we have a 3-0 for the AI against humans. I have to say that for 80 to 90% of cases, a lot of sales reps are so bad that points 4 and 5 still go to the AI. That's just how it is in many companies. They don't care about training those sales reps, they don't care about getting a high quality sales team, they think that the product is gonna sell by itself, which is crazy cuckoo logic to me. But there are 10% of sales experts that really know what they are doing. Those are your top performers that usually carry a big part of the business. They navigate objections better than a politician navigates questions, they charm better than Casanova, and they build relationships better than the West rebuilding fallen countries.
Oh no, he didn't.
When we include those, I envision the following. Points 1 to 3 should be automated and scaled by the AI. Then points 4 and 5 of closing and follow-up should be done by the top performers in the company. A sales consultant that actually loves his job, he takes it seriously and gets provided with constant training. In other words, 80 to 90% of people in sales will be replaced. But that won't be the AI's fault. It would be their own fault.
Oh, scary! Oh, shiver my timbers! Shut up, man!
Is their own lack of dedication, their failure to embrace the responsibility of their craft, and their reluctance to improve and learn day by day. Sorry about that. I see that it sounds a bit harsh, but that's how it goes. So if you love sales and you understand the potential behind it, keep going and aim to be the best. But if you're cruising along with mediocre results and you're somehow strangely okay with that, maybe it's time to start brainstorming about alternative career options. I hope this video helped you understand what AI will be to sales in the future. I know the last part was more psychological in its own way, but that's what true sales is about. Psychology. It's like being a therapist with a quota and a shiny suit. So thank you all for watching. Subscribe, like, follow for more or whatever else you want to do. And that's it for today. Stick to the channel, stick to yourself, and stick together. Cheers!